Have you ever noticed that you keep making the same mistake over and over in Spanish, even though you know that it's actually wrong? Hello, everyone, and I'm Allison. If you're like me, you've been, oh yes, through the ups and downs of learning Spanish, and you know how tough it can be to break old habits. There's this thing called fossilized errors. Give me a second here. It's not as scary as it sounds. Basically, these are mistakes we make over and over again without even realizing it, and they can seriously hold back your progress. Today, I'm going to tell you what fossilized errors are, why they happen, and most importantly, how you can get rid of them so that you'll be able to speak more confidently and correctly. Ready? Vamos. What is a fossilized error? A fossilized error happens when you keep repeating a mistake until it's stuck in your brain. It's like when you learn something the wrong way and your brain locks the mistake in place. Then every time you try to say something right, your brain goes, no, 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 we're going to do this way. And guess what? The error just keeps coming up. Pronunciation overall is a classic example. In Spanish, the rolled R is crucial. If you never quite get it right, maybe you might say something like the word perrito, but it's going to sound like perrito instead of perrito. And that can become, oh yes, a fossilized error. And it can make your speech sound less natural, even if your vocabulary is super amazing. By the way, we have some amazing pronunciation resources here in the channel. There's a video that I know that you'll enjoy that's entitled "This Common English Sound is Sabotaging Your Spanish Pronunciation." I'll leave you some great recommendations in the description below. Why do fossilized errors happen? These errors usually happen because we're not aware of the mistake. Maybe we picked it up in the beginning when we were learning Spanish, or we're too nervous to correct ourselves when we hear it. We might also avoid saying something because we're afraid of making the mistake. The problem is, avoiding it just keeps the cycle going. When I was learning Spanish, I was always mixing up por and para. I used to say para la mañana when it should have been por la mañana. It took me years to realize that I'd been saying it wrong just because no one had corrected me earlier. Ay, qué vergüenza. But you know what? Once I finally understood the difference, I was able to break the habit. And I know you're going to be able to do the same. How are we going to break the fossilized error? Number one, we need to try to recognize it. The first step is to realize that you're making a mistake. If you keep saying something incorrectly, like, yo soy 25 años, you might need to pause a bit, take it back and say, wait, I think something's missing here and something doesn't sound quite correct. Number two, get feedback. This is where practicing with a teacher or a coach comes in handy. They can actually point out an error and help you to get back on track. As I said, work with a teacher, chat with a Spanish-speaking friend, or even with a coach here at Spanish 55. Number three, practice, practice, practice. Once you know what the mistake is, focus on practicing the correct form. Say it over and over and don't be afraid to make mistakes in the process. It's all about repetition, and eventually your brain will, yes, guess what? Lock in the right version of it. Try saying, tengo 25 años. I'm 25 years old. But you're going to do this multiple times until it feels natural to you. Now, if you are really ready to take your Spanish to the next level and start breaking those fossilized errors, working with a Spanish 55 coach could be a game changer for you. They can actually help you to identify and to correct your mistakes, the ones that you may not even recognize that you're actually making. Check the link in the description below so that you can get started. Let's talk about real life fossilized errors you might be making right now. Maybe you've been mixing up ser and estar, which, let's be honest, is a pretty classical one. Oh, yes, you know who you are. I used to say, voy al supermercado instead of voy al supermercado. I'm going to the supermarket. Why? Because I was mixing up a la and al. It's a little mistake, but it can start to feel it's set in stone if you don't notice it and you actually make the change. So remember, the key to overcoming fossilized errors is awareness and practice. Breaking fossilized errors might take some time, but guess what? It is totally worth it. You'll start to feel more confident speaking Spanish and you'll sound more natural. And if you want more tips, inspiration, and real life stories from other language learners just like you, be sure to check out our Conquering Spanish podcast. It's full of insights to help you along your Spanish journey. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And one more thing, drop a comment telling me what fossilized error you're working on right now. It's okay. Just share with me your doubts and what you're scared of or what you continually saying that's wrong. Hasta pronto, amigos. Nos vemos en el próximo video.